Hello and welcome. I am Elena Valdez and I'm here to do the child tarot reading for the Pisces child, little Piscean. And this reading is intended for the parents, the guardian, the caretaker, anyone charged with the responsibility of caring for a Piscean child. And the age range will vary here. So some of you are here for little itty bitty babies. Others of you are here for teenagers. And some others of you may be here for your grown up adult babies. You know, it's all valid. Of course, the energy is more about the child, but whatever you're here for, it's all good. And the first three cards that I read will be from the child's perspective. And the last card that I pull, the fourth card, will be an advice card for you, the parent. And sometimes it is in relationship to the reading, the child perspective, and other times it's just an advice card for you, the parent, for whatever it is you're going through during the month of December. This, again, if I failed to mention, this is for December. My readings are not gender specific, so please apply the energy however it works best for you. You will hear me say he, she, they for ease of the read. And one final thing before I flip the first card over, please take some time to subscribe to my channel. It would very, very much help me. I'd like to get this channel out there in front of other parents. And the only way to really do that is for the algorithm to put me out there. And it helps when you subscribe, when you make a comment, and when you like it. Alrighty. So here we go. So Pisces. The first card, the first position is how your Pisces child is feeling or experiencing what they're experiencing during the month of December. And you got the King of Wands, and that is a pretty cool card to get. So the King of Wands is the master of physical raw energy in terms of being aware. So you have a little Piscean that's become very, very aware of his influence, you know, when he walks into a room and what it means, and becoming very aware of, you know, perhaps you have somebody in athletics who's becoming very aware of what their body can do. It's also a very creative card. So it could be also a very independent and leadership card. If you can see the little lion there symbolizing Leo, which Leo is all about creativity. It's all about, you know, the king of the jungle. It's about knowing your own self-worth and being very proud of what you create. So little Pisces is feeling good in December. And that's great. That's great news for little Piscean. Especially being that they can get a little watery and moody at times, right? So there's something here that's making them feel good about themselves. So perhaps they are getting new outfits that, you know, because remember, wands is literally, it could literally symbolize the body and our physicality and how we move it. So it could be as simple as getting a new wardrobe and feeling good about that. It can also be, you know, maybe there's some creative new hobbies that they're getting into and they're learning, oh, wow, I'm actually pretty good at this. Also, as leaders, they may be coming into new friendships that's allowing them to test, you know, their own boundaries and their own skills in terms of, you know, people and other little ones and whatnot. So this is a really great energy to have right out of the gate. In terms of their challenge, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so this could be one of two things. Number one, it could be that they're either overworking, although that's not the energy I'm feeling. I'm feeling it more the opposite, which is because the Eight of Pentacles is all about working hard, putting your head down and focusing on something, on a project, to the point where you lose track of time. Well, this could play out one of two ways. Either you have a little Piscean who really is not engaged in the responsibilities, the homework assignments, the things that, you know, that they need to do at home, like the chores or whatnot. Either they're really detached from that because they're more in this creative, I'm the leader. This could also indicate a child that's kind of like, you know, a little bratty, but not in a bad way, just more so like, no, I don't really feel like doing that. I'd rather be doing X, Y, Z. So this could also indicate you know, someone who's just a little bit too king-like, if you will, maybe a little bit arrogant, that they potentially may feel, which is so not Piscean, but that's what I'm picking up for the month of December in this reading. But this could be what they're sort of not into. They don't really want to do the work in December because, well, they're kind of the king this month, right? They're creating new projects, they're new athletes, and they're leading other kiddos and whatnot. And so, why do this when you can be this? Now, on the flip side, though, it can be the other way around. You could potentially have a little perfectionist, right? Because Pisces, after all, is on the opposite of Virgo, but they are still on the same axis. So Virgo and Pisces still affect each other, right? And Virgo can be a bit of a perfectionist and a bit of an overachiever and detail oriented, that you could have the opposite situation where a Pisces, your little Pisces, is working so hard to the point of, you know, a bit of not really getting out there and playing. But that's not what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling the first scenario for most of you who are watching this today. Um, because really, this is more of the element that they want to be in and less of this. So it is in the challenge position. So that's their challenge. They're having a hard time staying focused and doing what needs to be done, what they have to do, right? But they are enjoying their life, though, in December. They very much are enjoying whatever it is they're doing. So I don't know, maybe this is not such a bad thing that they don't want to do their chores if they're having a pretty good time over here being the leader. In terms of what they need most from you, yeah, see, okay, that makes sense. So Seven of Cups is all about having different options. It's about having variety. It's about having a lot to choose from. It's about exploring different options, different things. And usually it has to do with creativity, emotion, love, affection, all of that. So you are, and you notice how there's a lot of purple here going on. I don't know if that's significant to you in any way, but there is. There's a lot of purple in your cards here. And so with Seven of Cups, if it's coming up in the position of what your child needs most from you, which, by the way, in terms of my readings, I feel this is the most important position for my readings because it's giving you a glimpse of what your child needs from you specifically. So if you're getting the Seven of Cups, I think your child just needs you to allow them to have different options, not to only work. Like maybe, you know, see, each cup has something different in it, and they're not all good things, right? So maybe it's a good idea for you to filter all these different options, right? And narrow it down to whatever options are for your little one's highest good. I feel like your Pisces is sort of all over the place right now, but in this energy, which is positive, in this leader like energy, but to the point where maybe they're feeling a little too confident and they want to try it all. Like maybe your child did so well in track this year or whatever new hobby they picked up that now they want to get into skating and, you know, bubblegum championships. I have no idea why I said that. I don't even think that exists, but you get what I'm saying. So you have a little one that just is sort of jumping all over the place. And so this here is twofold. Number one, your child needs you to enable that and create the space and facilitate options, right? So other things that could potentially be interesting, like your child is becoming so curious right now that this could be a great opportunity for you to introduce them to things that maybe in the past they may not have been interested in, to see what can stick. Doesn't mean that all of these things will stick, right? But there's something in these cups. Maybe one of these cups is going to be a winner that makes your child very, very happy. But your position here in terms of what they need from you is to allow them to explore those options while also filtering through, right? Obviously, you're a parent, you're already doing that anyway. You're not going to give your child or put your child in a situation that's not good for him or her, or that can be dangerous. You're going to make sure you're going to weed all that out anyway. But that's it. That's what your child needs. It's very simple. This is a very simple, straightforward reading. Pisces just wants to be the king in December, wants to explore, wants to see, is open to different options. And you, the parent, can make this an optimal experience for him if you enable and facilitate some different avenues and different things to try. Okay, so with that said, let's pull your advice card from Spirit. And this card is an advice card for you. It's not from the child perspective. This is advice for you from Spirit. And sometimes it is in relationship to the actual reading we just did. But other times it's just a message for you and doesn't always tie into, is what I'm finding. My first month that I started these readings, they were always in relationship to the child perspective. And now it's changing a little bit. This third month that I've been putting these out on YouTube now, some parents are getting their own advice card separate from the reading. Okay, so let's see what you get. So for the Pisces child, parent, guardian, spirit, what message, advice do you have for them? Oops. And if one doesn't flip, I'll go ahead and flip. Does that one want to flip? Okay. Justice. You got justice. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you got justice reverse. So this is what it looks like. Just regular here, and this is reverse. You got it reverse, but it's beautiful, right? Like both, like look at this one. And then look at her reflection there, right? The two extremes. And that's what justice is, right? Justice is about balancing, right? It's about balancing and duality. So that's what you have going on here. You have a little guy that's trying to balance. Now, if it was upright, the advice here would be for you to continue, to continue balancing the things and having your usual rules, if you will, continue. Like continue being a little stern. Like if they're sort of getting out of bounds here, an upright justice card would imply that the advice is to continue the authority, but it came in reverse. So I'm getting the sense that Spirit is saying, dear parent, it's okay for you to loosen up the grip this month a little bit, to allow your child to explore and experience some new things. And it's okay, because some of you may be feeling a little bit off balance here because the rules are not being followed. Or maybe you're not being listened to or obeyed the way that your Piscean usually does. And so it's kind of throwing you off a little off kilter here. But I think that the being off balance a little bit could serve you because it'll allow you to be open to some new things. And I mean, this is a beautiful card, right? Like, look at that. The duality is there. But, you do need both to remain balanced. So it doesn't always have to be strict. Life doesn't always have to have rules, right? If we have too many rules, if we don't loosen up once in a while, then you can kind of wig out to the point of no return if you don't have a little outlet to kind of explore and see what's out there. And so I think that Spirit is confirming here, it's okay. It's okay to loosen that grip, the rules a little bit. Doesn't mean you're going to ignore everything, but I think you just needed to hear that it's okay. It's okay if he doesn't wash his dishes like he normally does at 6 p.m. or if he doesn't, tune into his homework at 3 p.m. like you normally have. It's okay to loosen the grip a bit. Doesn't mean disappear. It just means it's okay. That in itself will bring some balance, loosening up the grip a little bit and not being so much in this authority rules space. Okay, so I hope that helps someone. Have a wonderful December, parent, guardian, caretaker. And I hope to see you here again next year in 2021 for the January reading. I know, wild, right? Okay, bye. Thank you so much for supporting me. Bye. Oops, sorry about the shaking.